It's definitely true that reaching profitability usually takes years of constant focus and full-time dedication. However, I managed to get there in just under a year. And now, 2 years into my trading journey with 1 full year of consistent profits under my belt, I want to break down exactly how I got here so you can get there too. First thing, urgency kills progress. One of the biggest reasons that people never reach profitability is because they're in too much of a rush to get there. I know this is a very common point, but that mindset of I need to make money now causes you to overtrade, over-leverage, revenge trade, and eventually blow your accounts. And I know that because I did feel that myself for a while. However, the truth is I was in a really fortunate situation when I started trading. I didn't really have the pressure too much to get there immediately. I started trading at 18, living with my parents, so I didn't really have to rush. And obviously, I'm super grateful for that, but I'm completely aware that not everyone has that luxury. But what I'm trying to get across here is that you need to have that mentality no matter what position you're in, because it will speed up the journey significantly. No matter what position you're in, if you're trying to get out of your job, if you're trying to move out, if you're trying to do whatever, you can't treat trading like you have to make money from it immediately. And when you give yourself some kind of deadline, like I must be profitable within a year, you end up trading emotionally and quite frantically toward that deadline. And obviously that's just counterintuitive, that's just backfiring on all your goals. But once again, trading doesn't reward speed. However, it will reward clarity, consistency, and emotional control. It's not like a 9-to-5 job where you put in more hours to get more results. You're not getting paid hourly to sit and stare at the charts. You're getting paid for your discipline and your execution. So take a breath, take a step back, let the markets come to you. Allow your knowledge, patience, and calm mindset to be your edge, and not your urgency, because that's what we have on the markets. And remember, literally all trading is just lines or bars on a graph symbolizing an exchange price between currencies. Not everything has to happen for a reason. The market can just do its thing, and your job is to just wait until you can take advantage of your edge that you have on the markets. Another huge reason towards why I became profitable relatively quickly is because I kept things simple. I wasn't out here trying to use 10 indicators and decode complicated strategies. My entire approach was built off basic time-tested concepts. For me, this is liquidity, market structure, and identifying good price zones where investors would logically step in. And that's it. That's the core of my strategy. Obviously, you don't have to trade my strategy. But all I'm trying to get across here is a lot of the ICT and just random strategies now are just so over-engineered, and it makes trading just feel mystical. But honestly, all they're doing is keeping you stuck learning. And I really believe that. Many of those strategies I feel like are genuinely designed to keep you in the learning stage, keep you feeling like you're almost there, and then you'll continue watching videos, buying more mentorships, and consuming more content. And it's a cycle that keeps you learning and definitely not earning. A lot of these influencers thrive off just confusion, and most of the people creating content, it's really unfortunate, but they're not even profitable themselves. They're just profitable marketers. That's literally all it is. They just purely make money for the attention. I mean, if 95% of traders lose their money, then be careful, because 95% of content creators and influencers are also most likely losing their money. So be careful who you learn from. Test the basis of their strategy before investing in anything. Make sure it works over a long time. Make sure it works for you, and that real people are really profitable with it. But yeah, simplicity is what allows you to build real confidence. Complexity doesn't mean mastery. A lot of the time it's just simplicity that is. But back to that 95% failure statistic that you've probably all heard before. It gets thrown around a lot, and sure, it might be scary or just discourage you, because I mean, that's a very small percentage. But don't focus on that statistic and what it might mean. Focus on why people end up in that 95% and do the opposite. The most common reasons for people becoming part of that 95% will be overcomplicated or conflicting strategies, having a chaotic lifestyle that bleeds into their trading, and letting emotion drive their decision making due to just unrealistic expectations or whatever. Like most things in life, the solution isn't to work harder, it's to work smarter. Once again, you're not grinding towards an hourly paycheck. Trading isn't just linear like that. There'll be ups, there'll be downs, and if you're not okay with that, you're going to be part of that 95%. So instead of panicking over that statistic, just reverse engineer success. Simplify your system, prioritize your mindset, be selective with where you're getting your information, and the speed that you reach profitability will only go up. And continuing a little bit off a point from earlier, the calmer and more patient you are, the faster you actually improve. Desperation will lead to chaos. It'll make you jump into trades too early, risk too much, doubt your strategy, abandon your plan, the whole lot. Just think about how you perform when you're relaxed compared to where you're frantic. I'm sure a lot of you had that experience in the market, if not all of you. Obviously I have. I used to stress over a loss and do just absolutely whatever, and obviously it just never went well. So it's a really obvious point when you think about it, but you've just got to take the information and actually do something with it. You've got to practice having that chill mindset, because your best decisions come from clarity, not panic. Luckily for me, I realized from pretty early on that I don't don't need to catch every move. I don't need to be in a trade every single day. I just need to be in good trades that follow my plan, that I know are very overly profitable in backtesting, and all I have to do is make a couple of % per month, and that is enough to make a ridiculous amount of money, like I always say. Don't fall for those unrealistic expectations of making 30% a month. It's not a thing. No traders are making 30% every month. Yes, it's possible to get a 30% month just as like a random little thing. Who knows, you could even get it 2 months in a row if market conditions are ridiculously good. But don't have your expectations for that. Have your expectations at 1 to 10% per month. I always say 4% is a good target. I say this a lot because it's really important to know that you're not aiming for these ridiculous risk rewards, because that's what a lot of these influencers are saying, and it's just really dumb. And once again, it's keeping people feeling like they always need to make more and they need more information, when really you don't. You just need a couple % on literally just a monthly basis. That's completely fine. That's more than enough. And realizing that gave a shift in my mindset, and it reduced so many mistakes. But another thing, let trading grow in the background. Don't force it. You do want to live your life and just have trading kind of be not the main focus. This will make a massive difference. However, that doesn't mean just go out partying, doing your normal thing that you were doing before you started trading, because your mindset outside of the charts affects everything inside of the charts. If your personal life is chaotic, your trading will be too. You need stability in both to be consistent. And this is definitely a massively underrated factor. Your life outside of trading directly impacts how you perform inside of it. If you are stressed, if you are sleep deprived, in a toxic environment, or just panicked for some reason, those things are obviously going to bleed into your trades, because you're going to come to the charts with those emotions, and obviously you're going to chase setups, you'll second guess good ideas, and yeah, your rules are just going to be fucked. But on the flip side, if your personal life is calm and grounded, you're able to approach the market with clarity. You know that you don't need the money right now, nothing's changing that, so you can actually follow your plan. And that's another really big edge, being in the mental state that allows you to execute well. Another thing, this is especially for if you're trying to trade large capital. That means with prop firms as well, just anything. You need to understand the psychology of money. This is a big thing I learned from my mentor, but if you've never proven you can handle a small account with discipline, don't expect to be able to manage an 100k evaluation, because you will have emotions involved. You've got to scale up very slowly. You've got to prove yourself on smaller amounts of capital first, and definitely not before. Think of yourself as an equity manager, not a gambler. You're managing your capital with professionalism, so treat it like a business and not just a hustle. Now, this is very simple, but it's one of the most powerful habits that I built, which is documenting every trade, every win, every loss. Track it all, take screenshots, review them. It will give you feedback loops and help you avoid repeating mistakes. And most importantly, it helped me understand why something did or didn't work. And try not to just write what happened exactly, but write what you were thinking, whether you were disciplined, or any thoughts you had during the trade. Once again, pretty simple stuff. Was it just a gut feeling? Did you break your rules? Because this kind of self-reflection will build awareness, and I did that since very, very early in my journey. Not only on a spreadsheet, but also on this channel. You can go back 2 years to when I started documenting, which was like a month after I started trading. And that documentation definitely helped. It made me take responsibility for everything I did, which is just amazing. I mean, I think it's very necessary to become profitable. But just think about it. If you can learn 1% every day, whether that's from documentation or just something else, that will make you unrecognizable in a few months. You're essentially compressing experience by squeezing the maximum amount of value out of every trade you take. So no time spent at the charts goes unnoticed. But that's only if you're paying attention and actually writing these things down. Very important. Another thing that really sped up my journey was just having a clear mentor. You don't want to be bouncing between 5-10 different mentors. If 2 people are trading the exact same thing, then that's fine, if they got the same rules and everything. But personally, I just found someone whose approach made sense to me, and I stuck with it, and now I just trade completely on my own. In fact, I'm just friends with a guy. He's just a chill guy. Shout out RD. But when you constantly switch teachers or have a bunch of teachers at once, you collect conflicting ideas. One might tell you to wait for confirmation, the other might tell you to be more aggressive, and that confusion will really slow you down. If you find someone that trades a proven strategy that fits how you want to trade, stick with it and give time to work on it. Do give the strategy the time of day if you know it works in backtesting, etc., and you're not just seeing results in live markets. That then means it's psychology, because if you're seeing perfectly good results in backtesting and not in the live markets, what else could it be? And this is why I preach trading exactly how you backtest. If there's any way you can do it, whether that's before you enter a trade, literally going into replay mode and playing it out as if you're in backtesting, and seeing if you would take it. I find that's actually a pretty good way to do it. Or just really taking a step back and really just marking it against all your rules or whatever, and you know, giving it some time, making sure it's one that you genuinely want to take. But yeah, you won't see results if you're changing direction every 2 weeks. There's a lot of value in going really deep in one thing compared to just going shallow in 10 things. I think that's pretty obvious, but if you're not profitable in one strategy, don't say you have a backup strategy or something. I mean, I've never really understood that anyway. I wouldn't recommend it. But I've seen some people that are like, oh no, I trade 2 strategies and they're not profitable in either. Just don't know. It doesn't really make sense. But yeah, it's quite funny that slowing down is really the way to go fast in trading. When you stop trying to rush and stop expecting immediate wins every time, you start focusing on the process just day by day. That's when things start to click. You get calmer and your trades get cleaner and your confidence starts to build. And you'll slowly see your equity curve just looking more profitable than ever. It'll look less random. It'll look more intentional, and yeah, you'll get that for sure. So yeah, just stay consistent, don't panic or rush, and you'll separate yourself from the 95%. Trading isn't a game of speed, it's a game of stability. But yeah, that's how I became consistently profitable in just less than a year. Didn't force it, didn't rush it, just stayed calm. Obviously, it was bumpy for that year, but I eventually understood why it was bumpy and, you know, worked on it from there. So yeah, if you found this helpful, like, subscribe, watch some of my other videos if you want, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.